Situated within the larger district of Outram, Chinatown has been in existence since the 1330, where a Chinese traveller, Wang Dayuan, recorded seeing a Chinese community in Singapore. In 1819, Sir Stamford Raffles established a trading settlement in Singapore. Before leaving for Java, he appointed William Farquhar to be the first British resident and commandant of Singapore from 1819 to 1823. When Raffles returned in 1822, he had plans for an orderly city divided by ethnicity. This vision was carried out in the Jackson Plan of 1822, where 4 specific areas were designated for the different ethnic groups. The ethnic Chinese were allocated the area southwest of Singapore River, and Chinatown was born. The physical landscape was shaped from 1843, when authority leased land for development. Result of this development is the introduction of 5 footways, a covered walkway with a depth of 5 feet to shelter pedestrians from rain or sun.
Within Chinatown, each dialect group occupied distinct areas and built social institutions such as clans or associations to fulfill needs of each dialect group. The very early Chinatown stretched inwards from Telok Ayer Basin. Telok Ayer Street was originally located very close to the sea, and the Hokkien community built the Tan Hokkien Temple in 1840 for migrants to give thanks to the sea goddess Ma-Zu for a safe journey from China to Singapore. As the Hokkien population grew, and the Hokkien Clan Association known as the Hokkien Hui Guan was formed to address the needs of the growing population.
The Hakkas built their Ing Fo Hui Gun, Ing He Hui Guan Clan Association further down, while the Teochews built their Wak Hai Cheng Bill at the Felix Street. The Cantonese are found along Smith Street, Temple Street, and Moore Street area. Chinese communities also developed outside of the official Chinatown. For example, Hakkas lived around Bugis area. Chinatown covers Kreta Ayer, Telok Ayer, Tanjong Pagar, and Bukit Pasoh. Today, most of the original structures had disappeared, and modern buildings were built in their place. The Chinatown now featured in tourist brochures is actually a Cantonese section of the original Chinatown. It is the Chinatown that we see today.
In most cases, the Mandarin of Chinatown is called Tangrenjie. Its history has stepped in since the Tang Dynasty. The Chinese are proud of the Tang Dynasty, as China was the strongest country in the world during the Tang Dynasty. Wherever the Chinese immigrate to other countries, they will come and live together to avoid discrimination from the locals. Therefore, they named the place where they live in Tangrenjie, which stands for Tang's People's Street if you do a literal translation on it.
However, for Singapore's case, Chinatown is not called Tangrenjie. On the other hand, it is called Niu Ce Sui, otherwise known as the Bullock Cart Water if you do a literal translation. In the olden days in Singapore, we do not have advanced modes of transport. Therefore, we have bullock carts to deliver water, and hence the name. Chinatown's pinnacle development began from 1843, with more land leases and grants for homes and trades. The great immigrant influx came in the early 20th century, and limited housing resulted in overcrowding. So subdivided rooms called cubicles created more living space, but were cramped, unhealthy, and unsafe. Inevitably, slums developed.
The Government Housing Commission's August 1918 survey reported much overcrowding and congestion in Chinatown. In the mid-1960s, urban renewal schemes started, and residents were rehoused in resettlement estates. Major upgrading of shophouses and new developments took place at the end of 1983, after the street hawkers were housed in Kreta Ayer complex. Today, Chinatown is Singapore's largest historic district. Much of the town has changed, but fortunately, some remnants of its colorful past still stand and old traditions still endure. During festivals like the Lunar New Year, there's celebrations and special shopping. And as to be expected, Chinatown is always dressed for the occasion, colorful, lit up, and buzzing with activity, attracting not just Chinese but other locals and tourists as well.